Hey, how's it going? It's Devin with Devin's Card House, and I am here with Dan. Dan, Murderburger on Discord. Mm-hmm. He is the sorcery guy. It's crazy because Dan, I'm going to cut through it because we've recorded this conversation now 4 times for different reasons. Mm-hmm. But Dan used to be like our main, I always call him our go-to Johnny.
Yep.
Basically, he loves brewing decks and things like that in Magic, but now he is super into sorcery, and I just to go back to that conversation we're just having, but what makes it compared to Magic? What do you like about sorcery?
Yeah, you've talked about this at some length in previous videos that you've done, that the way that Magic has evolved, being a modern Magic fan, I only got into it not even 10 years ago. It was not in a healthy place where it was exciting to pop packs and like pull like really exciting cards like the masterpieces. They've kind of gotten into an era where you're not really super clear on like what edition to buy, and like it's oversaturated, and nothing is like fun to open with your friends and like play like a sealed pool and open something exciting and everybody freaks out, and then like you make your decks and everything is fairly well balanced, and like keeping up with standard was really fun back when we all used to play maybe 10 years ago, and that's just not true anymore. Mm-hmm. So it's not the kind of Magic that we used to love. And so for me, the best thing about sorcery is that we can, in this alpha beta phase, so many things are viable that we can make like some like crappy brew and find an interesting interaction. Like you said, for Johnny's, it's a brewer's paradise, and that's amazing.
So I think that speaks specifically to also like the yearly release, because having that yearly release where you get a lot of time to sit in, and for me, I'm not playing all the time, and for us, it's like you can get onto a tabletop simulator and play.
Yep.
But you're not going to be getting. I mean, you can get together with your friends all the time, but that's it. You have to get together with your friends and play. So I'm super excited when we can have like nights like tonight and get together and play. But I feel with like physical card games, like to get there and like to play them, it takes like a certain amount of time, and like to have a set coming out every, it seems like month and a half to 3 months.
It's impossible to keep up with.
It's too much, and you can't really get a feel. And I don't feel like with sorcery, at least, that we've cracked the code, or like everything's close. Like just set in stone, or everyone's getting bored. It seems like every time I talk to you, there's a new meta. The meta has changed. It's like, how is the meta changing when we have the same set of cards that we've had this whole time?
I can't remember who was giving me praise in the Discord, but I thoroughly Babe Ruthed it and said, like, this next competition, this next tournament, pre-Courtesan Cup, it was one of the qualifiers. I was like, it's going to be Roots, because Billy's been kicking our butts with his Geomancer Roots. One of those won. Avatar of Air was also having a pretty good showing. I top-8'd March of the Mortals using Enchantress, and really kind of crapped the bed in the round that I lost and just drew really poorly, but was playing my Enchantress, and Enchantress won that one. So I pride myself on trying to stay ahead of, or at least keep up with, what the meta is, but you're 100% right, and it's not well established. It's always evolving. There's no best deck. There's tons of viable interactions, and it's just amazing fun.
How do you feel for Arthurian Legends? Like, do you want it here sooner? Are you ready for it? Like,
I mean, I'm worried because the balance is so good, but I do think the fact that there's a full-on year coming, or between sets, we might have this Dragons mini set, and there's, there's a lot of things that are not super duper clear. I am worried that introducing this first real expansion for sorcery is going to establish a meta, but I'm just so excited to have more cards to play with, and so many cards that are almost there that aren't quite good. Water doesn't have... I've been trying like hell to make a water deck work, and it's very difficult.
I love my water deck.
There's a number of things that currently work okay that I think Arthurian Legends is going to really turn on, and I'm interested to see if a meta does solidify soon thereafter, or what it looks like in 3 and 6 months. I'm just really glad that we're not getting a new monthly release, and we're going to have time to establish for a best deck to float to the top, and for everybody to build against it, and for the meta to stabilize, crystallize, and be established, and then be conquered and reestablished, and see what that looks like.
Okay, I don't want to hit every hot topic here, because I would like to have another conversation on this at some point. But what do you feel about like the market with boxes, like running out of?
I have a lot of feelings about this, and I am definitely like a bootlicker when it comes to like Eric's Curiosa is doing everything right, and like arguing with these people who are like, if they want to be successful, they need to get the product in the hands. And I'm like, Eric's Curiosa does not set out to make, in my opinion, a card game that's going to be in every language and in everybody's hands. It's supposed to be collectible, unique, amazing, like valuable card game, which I think goes back to like those like masterpieces, like those things that are really, really impactful. When you're popping packs, it's not that easy to get packs. It's not sold everywhere. It's not a dime a dozen. You get your hands on it and you open a foil P-Stone, everybody loses their mind. It's $1,000.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want it to be ubiquitous. I don't want Sorcery to be like so many cards and 15 editions of it, and you can get the cheap one and nothing in it is worth anything, or you could pay $45 a pack and maybe get a $50 card. Horrible. I would much rather have what we have going on. Scarcity, I think, is what drives, supply and demand, and it's so exciting to open cool stuff. So I have no problem with it. For sure, I am definitely an apologist when it comes to, like, they can do no wrong.
Yeah.
There's room for improvement, and of course, like, the staff has talked about, like, their plan is to, make it more reachable and to get their product out there and more widely available. But in the end, I just am so happy for the way that the game has evolved and the way that they've done things. And
yeah, I think Sorcery definitely has a unique way about this, because I don't feel the same. It's like Lorcana was doing the same thing, or Pokemon, or like Magic. Like
those are all big IPs.
Yeah, exactly. But MetaZoo. Hey, we don't talk about MetaZoo on this channel. But I feel Sorcery, it's like I've said in some of my other videos, because I feel conflicted here, because I do wish they would release more product, because selfishly I want to get some more cheap boxes. Yeah. That's it. But at the same time, it's like, it feels good to have something that's worth something valuable and special.
Yep.
And when you just oversaturate a market like so many other card games do,
it's a balance. It's a delicate balance. I think they've done a pretty good job. Obviously, like we all know, and they have stated outright that demand, outweighed their supply, and it's just, that's where we're at.
Yeah, well, I think I don't want to get too much more into this, because we could talk about this for a while, and we gotta have more of these to come. Next time you visit, it'll get you back on the channel.
We got games to play.
I know, games to play, things to talk about. I love this. So, anyways, anything you wanna get out there?
No, I mean, I think I'm excited for what is going to come with Arthurian Legends. I think we need more Sorcery content creation out there. I think that there's this is not for you. I mean, like, we need more channels. We need more people out there doing deck techs, like with like quality content related to Sorcery. There's tons of really cool interactions that I don't think are out there. Like, as a Johnny, like, it's so interesting to listen to All Things Contested Realm by Kevmo. That podcast is amazing. And listening to Drew from On The Play and like all of these guys who are bubbling up and doing this really cool stuff, and learning about these awesome interactions that are available so far. As we move into Arthurian Legends, I would love to see more deck techs and brews and stuff like that for people like me who are like, I never thought about those two cards. I'm going to make a deck about it every 10 minutes.
Dan, I highly encourage you.
We'll see what happens.
Start a channel, bro.
Hey, keep an eye out for Burgers Brews coming soon to YouTube.
I think that would be awesome. I think you'd be great at that.
I actually have a channel set up. I just haven't done anything
You totally should. I think you would be.
We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens.
Okay, last question. Sorry. Dave's Card Warehouse or Devin's Card House?
Personally,
don't answer that. Okay?
I like to get my cards from Castle Blackerby and Leander. That's personally my favorite.
I fucking hate you. Okay, anyways, that's it. Okay, I hope you all have a great night.
Peace!
Talk to you later. Bye.
Governor Jesse Ventura, to send you, Devin, a little bit of a message, my friend. You need to quit slacking. You, I heard lately, have been skipping your workouts. What's going on, my man? You want to turn into a little fat porker?